back to another video with Tairyu's Tips. I'm Sean, Shakuhachi player, and we've got another question, and it's by Mr. Deadvisor. Also, here's an idea for a video. How long does it take to get used to a new flute? This is a really good question. I wish I could hit the like button more on it, and because I think it's one that a lot of people have questions about in general, and it's not one that has an easy answer. There's a couple things that would get in the way for, like, presuppositionally, right? So there's a couple questions that I'd have. Well, how long have you been playing shakuhachi? How many shakuhachis have you had in the past? What type of shakuhachi are you usually playing? Is it jiari or is it jinashi? Is it a long flute? Is it a short flute? So this sort of thing can be, you might, in one case for you it could be like a month. In another case it could be half a year. In another case it could be 5 years. And it really does depend on the flute. There are flutes that are more like you have to learn the flute rather than learning, how to play music and so on and stuff, and like learning music theory. It's actually learning the instrument itself because it's so unique and very difficult to play. There's a famous flute that Yamamoto Hozan played by Nyosui, and it's like he's the only one who can play it. And I think it's in a collection where you can actually go and try it out. And my friend who can play any flute, can just pick it up and just plays. He said he couldn't even get a sound out of it. There's also another story that just hit me and reminded me about Janis Starker, the great cellist, who was really famous for being able to pick up other people's students he was teaching. He'd pick up their cello and just start playing, and everything would be in tune. He could just get used to an instrument right away without even, thinking about it. But let me give you some answers. And my assumption behind it is going to be that you've been playing for a couple years. You've had the U, and you've had the shakuhachi U. You might have had the shakuhachi bell, and then you've also been playing on a bamboo flute, and you're ready to upgrade to another level of a jiari flute. In this case, I would say anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to kind of feel fairly comfortable with the instrument, and then after that you'll develop a relationship and you'll become more and more comfortable over time. So like the way that I have my primary flute that I use, these two I continue to develop the relationship and become even more and more comfortable with them, and so that they become easier and easier to play every single day that I use them. Now let's change the circumstances a little bit. Let's say you've only same circumstances of your playing. You've been playing for a couple of years, same type of flutes and so on and so forth. But now you want to go and you want to play a long flute, right? And you're going to jump from a 1.8 and you're going to get a 2.3, 2.4 or longer. Now we're talking a few more months, 2-3 months and so on and so forth. It could be even a little bit longer depending on your hand size. You're going to have to learn how to stretch your hands properly and so on. Let's say you want to get a jinashi flute, but it's not just any jinashi flute, it's done in the old style. Well, now we're talking half a year to a year to get used to the flute. So really it does depend, but I think that just with those kind of guidelines, when you're hearing those specific answers, I think that might help you gauge what your next purchase is going to be and how much time you're going to need to invest on that particular flute. If you incrementally get bigger, it won't be that bad, but if you get big right away, like massively bigger, that will be quite tough. So both options are fine. You can do whichever one you'd like. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, all the other bells and whistles and stuff. Don't forget to check out the membership if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time for another tip.